Welcome into another telecast of LMC Varsity Sports. We have semifinal girls lacrosse playoff action here at Mamaroneck High School as the #3 Mahopac Indians take on the Mamaroneck Tigers. And these two teams played in the season opener and Mamaroneck won by 9 goals. When we get back, we'll have the opening draw next here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, I'm Troy McGraw alongside cameraman Jeff Rado, Gary Francois, and LMC Varsity Sports producer and cameraman Rob Moretti. Mahopac wins the opening draw and they'll bring it forward. These two met in the season opener on March 27th, almost 2 months ago, about 7 weeks ago, and Mamaroneck, won 13-5. This is the girls' semifinal. Technically it's the semifinals, but technically it's also the second round because the teams got byes. Only need 3 to win the girls' lacrosse A, as only 7 teams got in. So the #1 North Rockland got a bye into the semis. 7 teams made the playoffs. So #1 North Rockland got a bye into the semifinals, and Mamaroneck, the 2 seed, beat New Rochelle 18-4 on Friday, and Mahopac beat Scarsdale, the #6 seed, 8-6 at Mahopac. That one hit the post, rattles around, and it's Mamaroneck. Not a. And they'll go to Mamaroneck as it'll start with goalie Mackenzie Lynch. Hitting the post and just missing that was Natalie Scanlon from Mahopac. As Mamaroneck brings it up here, Tigers looking to score first. That's Ganit Alma. Pass to Sarah Bennett, who passes to Madeline Reardon, one of Mamaroneck's best players. She passes to Tyler Zedlicki, back to Ganit Alma, and she'll pass. And scoring is Cassie Budil, assisted by Ganit Alma, and the Tigers lead 1-0 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds gone by in this first half. Tigers up 1-0. It's the second draw of the game. Will be taken for the second time by Emily Mullen and Caroline Raymond. And that one goes high in the air towards the 30-yard line on the Mamaroneck side of the field, and it'll be picked up by the Tigers. And they'll bring it forward, and a foul committed by Mahopac. One ref has, oh no, it'll go to the Mamaroneck. The ref was just moving the Mahopac player back. Clear foul on the Indians. And Mullen will bring it up, streaking across the field towards the goal. She passes off to Zedlicki. Back to Zedlicki, who got the pass from Alma. Passed in. And the shot is high. Backed up, and it'll stay with Mamaroneck. Played in by Budil, who had the first goal, passing to Sarah Bennett. Bennett passes to Mullen back to Bennett. A nice give and go. Mullen to Bennett, to Mullen to Bennett, and Bennett scores, and it's 2-0. Tigers take the 2-goal lead with 3 minutes and 27 seconds gone by here on LMC TV. So Mullen and Alma have the 2 assists, and Boudel and Bennett have the 2 goals, and the Tigers lead 2-0. So they'll redo the draw again between Mullen and Raymond. Actually, this one is going to be Madeline Reardon took the draw and she wins it. So the Tigers 2 or 3 in draws, and she gets it right back from Zidlicki, and she carries it across the near side to the far side of the field, and be played into Reardon. As you can hear some big cheering from the baseball field. So we have a crew there as well. Reardon was fouled. She'll get a free possession, and she'll shoot it high. Backed up by the Tigers, and they'll play it to Boudil, to Bennett. Bennett thought about a shot, passes to Reardon. Reardon with the nice pass, and scoring is Bridget Knowles. So Reardon, Madeline Reardon with the assist, and Bridget Knowles with the goal. And Coach Lieto from Mahopac might need a timeout as he gets an explanation from the official. Lieto's daughter is a defender, Hannah. Coach Jim Lieto and Mahopac. Not many teams have a father-daughter coach and player, but the Indians do. Mahopac's 12-5, they got the 3 seed. Mamaroneck 13-4, they got the 2 seed. Wasn't based just on the record, which includes the playoff games. Regular season they were 12-4. Regular season the Indians were 11-5. So includes bonus points and other ways to get in the playoffs and get a seed. There's only, as I mentioned, only the 7 teams qualify from Class A for girls lacrosse. Play to Zidlicki, plays it to Reardon. Reardon has it here with 5 minutes and 15 seconds gone by in this first half. And it's played, the goalie has it as the ref is counting down.
Wait, why are you counting?
Violation.
Your goggles on.
And he waits as the Mahopac player put the goggles on. That was the first save for Jordan Barbagallo. 3 goals allowed and just the 1 save. That's life for a girls lacrosse goalie. Usually do make less saves. Usually allow more goals than saves made in most cases. Even for the good goalies. That'll be played in for Mahopac as they're looking to get on the board for the first time. Mahopac's Nealis will bring it in. It'll be a foul on Mamaroneck, and Nealis will have it. She'll pass behind the goal. Denying the shot was Caroline Quate. DeFrancesco has it. DeFrancesco with it for Mahopac, brings it towards the goal, gets by the one defender, she shoots, and she scores. A nice goal for DeFrancesco, and the Indians are on the board unassisted. And she made a nice move, and then she scooped it by Lynch, who, that was her first shot she faced besides the one that hit the post, so she doesn't have any saves. And the Tigers lead 3-1. First goal for Mahopac sophomore Sophia DeFrancesco. The draw will be played by Mullen, and she wins it against Raymond. It's Caroline Raymond.
Gotta be aggressive, ladies.
Playing it behind the goal. And will be played in by Bennett to Brudel. Brudel has it. Towards the goal, knocked away by the Indians, picked up by Mullen, and she'll play it. Tigers with the 3-1 lead and 3 different goal scorers and assists. There's Bridget Knowles, Sarah Bennett, Cassie Brudel at the goals. Mullen, Alma, and Madeline Reardon with the assists. Foul against Mahopac. It'll be Mamaroneck ball. Toward the goal, the shot wide. By Brudel. Bennett passes to Knowles. Knowles to Mullen. Played up in the air. Stolen. Foul on Mamaroneck, and it'll be Mahopac ball behind the goal. And bringing it up for Mahopac, Alexa Rispoli throws it away and intercepted by Madeline Reardon.
Go, David, cover, let's go.
So 2 turnovers, one by Mamaroneck and then one by Mahopac, about 10 seconds apart. And it is picked up for a second by Knowles and scooped up by Madeline Reardon, gets it back to Knowles. She'll reset.
Let's go, defense.
With 9 minutes, 45 seconds gone by in this first half. And Mamaroneck up 3-1. Tyler Zedlicki.
Let's go, Jordan. Have a catch, kid. Let's go, Jordan.
Foul. No penalty, but just a foul.
Sticks in, ladies.
And Zedlicki will shoot it, and it'll be stopped by a defender and saved by Jordan Barbagallo for her second save. He brought up by Alexa Rispoli. And another turnover by Rispoli. Sophomore with 2 in a row there. Foul drawn by Emily Mullen. She'll bring it up, passing it forward to Ganit Alma. Bennett gets through the defense. Foul against Mahopac, and it'll stay with the Tigers and Bennett.
Let's go, Jordan. Again. Keep the game.
Sarah Bennett, free possession in front of the goal. Right on the 10-yard line. The lacrosse goal set up basically on the goal, on the football goal line. In front of it and then the back. Nice pass and a goal for the Tigers. They lead 4-1. That was Sarah Bennett. She has a goal and an assist as she passed it to Tyler Zedlicki, and the Tigers lead 4-1 with 13:10 to go in this first half here at Memorial Field. And Mahopac will use their first timeout, Coach Jim Lieto, as the Tigers lead 4-1 here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports following the Mamaroneck goal by Tyler Zedlicki, assisted by Sarah Bennett, and off charging foul by Mamaroneck, and it'll go to Mahopac as the turnover there, as offensive foul against the Tigers. Usually there's only 2 officials, but because it's the semifinals, there's 3. Correct? Yeah. Usually in the playoffs and the semifinals, you get an extra official, and that's what they have. So 1 in the middle and 2 on the sides. Picked up by Mamaroneck as turnover on Mahopac. Brought up by the Tigers. As the winner of this game will most likely face North Rockland, as number 1 North Rockland leads number 5 White Plains 11-2 at the half at North Rockland. Just their first playoff game, as they got a double, well, actually a single bye, as the Division Section 1 Division A, Class A in girls lacrosse, the biggest class, only had 7 playoff teams, so the quarterfinals were technically the first round. And a foul on Mahopac. As it'll go to Mullen, as she was tripped up by Jordan Barbagallo, the goalie. Mullen passes, intercepted by the goalie Barbagallo. Her third, and it'll be a foul on Mamaroneck, and Mahopac will get the ball back with 10:50 to go in this first half. And the Tigers up 4-1. Played up to Lopriato. Lopriato still has it. Christina Lopriato draws a foul on Cassie Boudil, and it'll be carried up by Mahopac and Lopriato.
Job, Caroline!
It's played by the Tigers, and the shot is saved by Mackenzie Lynch. Her first. That shot was taken by Caitlin Riley. And Lynch was fouled, and she plays it forward to Bridget Knowles. So 4 different goal scorers: Zedlicki, Knowles, Bennett, and Boudil for Mamaroneck, and the 1 goal scorer is Di Francesco, unassisted. Is where every Mamaroneck goal was assisted on. By Madeline Reardon has an assist. towards the goal, and a save made by Jordan Barbagallo, her 4th. Reardon, nice play, and she knocks it forward and picks it up and takes it far side and jukes with it and plays it to Georgia Mackey. Denise Alma has an assist. Sarah Bennett has a goal and an assist, and Emily Mullen has an assist for the Tigers. Picked up by Reardon, she falls, slipping, gets up, plays it to Boudil, who had the first goal of the game. She has it behind the goal.
Good, Christina. Let's go, keep talking.
Boudil plays it to Bennett. Bennett looking for Zlicki, passes to Reardon. Reardon in front to Zlicki, and it's picked up by Georgia Mackey to Knowles, who plays it back to Mackey. Tigers just have 7 subs on the bench, which includes a backup goalie, who is Chloe Stafford. And Mahopac has more healthy players. They have 11 healthy players on the bench, so Mamaroneck was just the 7 and a goalie, so 6 and a backup goalie, and the Indians have the 10 and a backup goalie. As that backup goalie is from Mahopac, Megan Citarella. Play to Christina Lopriato. 7 minutes to go. Last goal scored about 6-7 minutes ago, as that was when Mahopac called timeout. She was about 5 minutes. 5 minutes ago? 5-6 minutes. Scoring drought for both teams. Although Mahopac hasn't scored in about, they scored almost about 10 minutes ago. And they look to make it 4-2. Zena McInerney has it here. Turns away from the goal, looking for somebody, plays it to Rispoli, who has a couple turnovers. Back to McInerney. Coach Jim Lieto runs a play called Tigers. That's a little weird for Mahopac. If it's specifically designed for them playing Mamaroneck, or is it just a coincidence? This play towards the goal by the Indians, but double teamed. And fighting through the double team, and a save made by Mackenzie Lynch, her 2nd. On the shot by Raymond, who was triple teamed and got the shot off. Intercepted by Clammer, Katrina Clammer. She plays it. And a penalty as swatting at it was Sydney Wender took a swat at Manginone. Playing it behind the goal is Nealis. With 5 minutes and 25 seconds left in this first half, Tigers beating Mahopac 4-1. The winner most likely playing North Rockland, who's up 11-2, barring a miracle comeback. Free possession. Free possession for Mahopac, as they'll have it about 10 yards from the Tiger goal with a decent scoring angle, and one of their best players, Caroline Raymond, will take the shot, as she's the one who got that shot off with the triple team. And Raymond will score, bouncing it past Mackenzie Lynch, unassisted. 2 goals unassisted for the Tigers, for the Indians, as Caroline Raymond joins Sophia DiFrancesco in the scoring column, and the Tigers hold a 2-goal lead, 4-2, with 4:43 left in this first half here at Memorial Field. Mamaroneck led 3-0, so this is the closest lead with goals on the board. So the Tigers scored about 3 minutes in to make it 1-0, but they had a 3-0 lead to start the game. And that shot is scored by Reardon. That was about 6 seconds off the opening draw. Madeline Reardon makes a nice move on the defense and rips one past the goalie, Barbagallo. And Reardon has a goal and an assist to make it 5-2. So that 2-goal lead goes right back to 3, and the Tigers lead 5-2. Unassisted Reardon, first unassisted goal for the Tigers. It's like a scrum, and she picked it up and went for the goal. I guess, well, Milan won the faceoff, but I guess because it bounced off a couple Mahopac sticks, you can't really give it a assist for Milan. So it's a goal and an assist for Reardon. We talked to her after the last game, and when she had 5 goals in the Tigers win against Ursuline, it's about 16-3. They beat Ursuline, and Reardon had 5 goals and an assist, and they'll redo the draw here. The 9th draw of the game, as it's 5-2. Plus the opening draw, so 9th draw of the game here. Mamaroneck's won about more than 50%. And it's a real scrum, and Reardon gets it again, just like last time, but this time they block her away. They shield her away, and she doesn't have a chance to score again. And Mamaroneck still has 5 different goal scorers in Reardon, Madeline Reardon, Tyler Zidlicki, Bridget Knowles, Sarah Bennett, and Cassie Budell. It will be played by Mahopac, back to their goalie, Barbagallo. Yellow card as bumping into her was Cassie Budil, and she gets the yellow card for obstructing Showban Hines. Showban. It was contact to the head, so it was incidental, but it was contact to the head, so it was a yellow card by Budell, who had the yellow. So Showban depends on the. I know a girl whose spelling is that name, and her name is Showban, but Siobhan. I guess we could take Rob's word for it. That's why they pay him the big bucks. As the LMC Varsity Sports producer coming to the floor here. And they'll go off of Mahopac, and we'll have a timeout here as they falling to the floor. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports following the about 2-minute discussion between the officials, and they decide to give it to the Indians, as initially they called it a turnover, but it was because of a trip, so they gave it to Mahopac with 2:50 to go. And the Indians will look to make it 5-3. They'll have it and pass it around the horn, and it's picked up by McInerney. Passes to Nealis, who looks to pass, and it's surrounded by Mamaroneck, who looked to pass to Rispoli. Picked up by the Tigers, and they pass it back to Lynch. As it'll be Mahopac ball, foul on Mahopac. It'll be a Mamaroneck ball with 2 minutes to go as the clock continues to run. Actually, they gave it to Mahopac, excuse me, and they scored. Mahopac scores. It was a violation on Lynch, and the goal is scored by unassisted goal was scored by Lindsay Nealis. She had the free possession after Lynch was called for a foul. And a goal scored by Lindsay Nealis makes it, with 1:53 to go in the half, a 5-3 game. Definitely a whole different feel than the 13-5 win on the season opener on March 27th. As game was, we weren't there, but that game wasn't as definitely not as close as this one in the playoffs, and a whole different Mahopac team, as that was just their first game. As they play it forward now, looking to make it 5-4 with 1:35 left. Picked up by Rispoli. She gets it towards this circle and plays it out to the most recent goal scorer. Lost for a second, still lost, and picked up by Lynch. Give her a save, she stole it. And she's got 3 compared to 4 for Barbagallo. And plays it to a cutting Quate, who came back to catch it. And that's a trip. Clear trip by Mahopac. Colin McNeil and Bridget Knowles will get it forward as they stop the clock with 1:01 to go. Usually they don't stop it, but I guess because of the reset with the ball going amok. And so the Tigers will have it here with 1:01 remaining in the first half, and they're up 5-3. Knowles weaves through the defense, and a foul called against the Pack with 54. Is it inside they're stopping the clock inside the minute, I guess? Inside 2 minutes, there's a stoppage. They stop the clock, even though they usually don't stop it. It's because they, it's inside 2 minutes. Usually don't. They only stop it inside, they usually don't stop it for little stoppages, but because it's inside 2 minutes, that's why we got the 2 or 3 recent stoppages. But no stoppages in the past 30 seconds as it's brought in here by Mullen. She'll shoot it high and take a tumble as there's a foul on Mahopac, and they'll get a free possession with 17 seconds and a clock stoppage.
Go, Jordan, have a day, kid.
Here we go, D, crash hard, sticks up!
It'll be played by the Tigers. Shot scored by Knowles, assisted by Cassie Boudel, so she's got a goal, assist, and a yellow card. They call that the Gordie Howe hat trick. A goal, an assist, and a yellow card. Actually, it's a goal, assist, and a fight. But as Knowles with her second goal of the game, she's got 2. It's funny because Rob was talking to me before the game about her memorable goal in field hockey for Bridget Knowles, and now she's leading the Tigers with 2 goals, 2 of the 6. And then there's 5 different goal scorers. So Boudel now has an assist, a goal, and a yellow card. Gordie Howe, the famous hockey player, that reference I was referring to the Gordie Howe hat trick was a goal, a fight, and an assist in hockey. 5 seconds left, and the clock will wind down and expire in the first half. And the Tigers lead 6-3 with 2 goals leading the way was Bridget Knowles with 2 goals. So when we get back, we'll have the second half and a tight playoff game here on LMC TV. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, I'm Charlie McGraw, and it'll be the start of the second half with the Tigers leading the Indians 6-3 as the two teams switch sides, and we'll have the second 25-minute half, and it'll be brought in by Caroline Raymond, who won the draw, and she is blocked away by Mullen, and Mullen plays it back to Lynch. When it's to Abby Troy. Troy passes to Reardon. Reardon gets it across midfield. Reardon's got a goal and an assist. Loses it for a second. Bridget Knowles, who has 2 goals, picks it up. Play behind the goal by the Tigers. Passing it, and Mullen hits the post. Picked up by the goalie as Mullen takes a tumble, and she's hurt. And Mahopac will have it, and we'll have a timeout, and we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. A minute 20 gone by in the second half. So Emily Mullen looks like she hurt her mouth. Maybe it's like a shot to the chin, and she'll have to come out of the game. And Mahopac will keep the ball behind the goal, and they'll play it forward here. Trailing 6-3 with a minute and 35 seconds gone by in this second half. The start of the second half. Shot is scored by Mahopac's DiFrancesco, unassisted. So 2 goals for DiFrancesco, still no assist for Mahopac, as she had it for about 15 seconds, faded and scored. Could barely see it. And DiFrancesco scores the first and the 4th goal, and it's 6-4 Tigers. Emily Mullen will come back in the game for Mamaroneck. Coach Savage, assistant coach, gives Aaron Cotter, also one of his field hockey players, some advice as she runs over. She won't factor into the draw from the defense there.
Let's go, Carol.
Also gives some advice as the trainer comes. A little late though, as Mullen got hurt about 2 or 3 minutes ago, but as Rob mentioned, there's 2 other sports, and we'll have a yellow card against Madeline Reardon for dangerous play, like a slash dangerous play. So she's got the Gordie Howe hat trick, a goal, assist, and yellow card. And it'll be played up. The officials all get together. This should be interesting. And we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, they'll realign Mamaroneck's players that were close to Caitlin Riley, and she'll bring it up following the yellow card to Reardon. As the officials maybe were discussing, should that have been a yellow card? Nonetheless, it stands, and she comes out. That's a man advantage, right, for Mahopac, and they'll look to make it 6-5. Closest it would be since it was 0-0, and 1-0. As they scored 3 in a row to start the games in Mamaroneck and made it 3-0, and then it was, I think, then it was 3-1, I think. It was 3-1 Tigers, and then 4-1. Their biggest lead was 6-3, which was the halftime score, and a flick attempted shot is missed by the Indians, but they backed it up. Nealis, and will be played in by Mahopac towards the goal, pass to Christina Loprieto. Loprieto passes. And an illegal play by the Indians, and it'll go to Mamaroneck with the Tigers up 6-4 with 21 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in regulation. Nearly intercepted by the Indians, and it is deflected by Loprieto and intercepted by Scanlon, and a foul against the Tigers. And they'll have and it'll be a free possession for the Indians with 20:40 to go in this second half. And a pass quick and a score. And we'll have a foul, a yellow card after the play, so the goal stands. Unsportsmanlike conduct, as it was a cross check after the goal. Was it on the goalie? I think it was on the goalie, Lynch. She's coming out too. No, they're switching goalie, excuse me. So Lynch is out and Stafford's in. Who got that goal there? Oh, it was two. Caitlin Riley got the goal. Gigi Genovese passed it to her. She got the assist. She got the free possession and passed it to Caitlin Riley, who scored the goal. And Gigi Genovese got the assist, and it is Mahopac ball, as it was, the foul was on Knowles. So she gets a yellow card. She's got 2 goals and a yellow card. So 3 yellow cards, 1 by Knowles, 1 by Boudil, and 1 by Reardon, and it's 6-5. With the man advantage, they could go up 5. They could tie it up with 3 straight goals, could Mahopac, as it's 6-5 now.
Patient.
Play towards the goal. Stolen away, and a foul on Mahopac, as it was picked up by Caroline Quate. So Mahopac's Quate will hustle it forward. A foul against as Quate will play it, and it's deflected, intercepted by Christina Loprieto, and she causes a turnover, and Mahopac will have it with 19 minutes, 15 seconds left in regulation. 6-5, 6-3 Tigers at the half, and then goals by Mahopac's DeFrancesco, her second of the game. The shot is scored, as it just gets by Stafford, and it's scored by number Nealis, her second goal of the game, Lindsay Nealis. She's got 2 goals now as she scores past the new goalie, Chloe Stafford. And we'll have a timeout in Mamaroneck. So we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Boy, the tides have turned here, as it's 6-all with 6 minutes gone by in this second half. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside cameraman Jeff Rado and Gary Francois, and LMC Varsity Sports producer and our other cameraman Ron Moretti. I'm Charlie McGraw here on LMC Varsity Sports. Illegal screen on Mahopac. It'll be Mamaroneck ball on the Mahopac 30-yard line as the Tigers look for their first second half goal. as Mahopac has had 3 goals to start this second half. And Coach Rocky Lividini then called a smart timeout. The Tigers will have it here after another foul on Mahopac. And it's brought up and stolen by the Indians. They have numbers and they race towards the goal. And that is a blocking foul on Quaith. She's looking to take a charge, but she gets charged for the blocking foul, and Caroline Raymond, who has a goal, has it. Not free possession, but played towards the goal. The shot is first save made by Chloe Stafford. She got down to block that pass. She gets the ball, so she came into the game, gave up a goal, and now has an assist. Not sure if Lynch will be back in, but she had 3 saves and 5 goals allowed. Stafford still has it. They're counting down. She's got to get rid of it. And that's a 10-second violation. So Stafford got it, and she's called for 10 seconds, and it's a turnover. And Mahopac will get the ball back, looking to take their first lead of the game. Tigers have led throughout until now, when it's tied at 6. And because Stafford didn't leave the crease, and it'll be a free possession behind the goal. The shot is save made by Stafford. That was a good save by Stafford to stop the attacker, Nealis. She's got to get rid of it here. Foul called against Mahopac, so they'll have to clear the area. And now the wide open player is Abby Troy. She gets a pass from the goalie Stafford. 2 saves for Stafford. Nearly stolen away, but picked up by Troy. Troy has it and loses it. Far side of the field, Mahopac has it. The tides have turned here as the sideline, the fans. As Riley passes to McNeil. McNeil and a foul. And a free shot here. Colleen McNeil earns a free possession. As the Tigers fans had the emotional and yelling advantage, and another foul on Mamaroneck. It'll stay with Mahopac. All of the confidence and the cheering and stuff, and Mahopac's fans now have all that, and Mamaroneck's fans are stunned and quiet. Mahopac's fans have been cheering throughout and stuff, and haven't really lost confidence, but even more. And a foul on the reach in there by Wender. Whistle blown from behind the play. Another foul on Mamaroneck. That's about 4 in a row. With 14 minutes and 10 seconds to go in this regulation. As it's caught by Loprito after Riley loses it. Foul on Mamaroneck, drawn by Scanlon. She'll have a free possession here. And she is swarmed by the defense. Another foul on Mamaroneck. It's about 8 in a row. Shot saved by Stafford. But a foul on Mamaroneck again. Another chance for Mahopac to take their first lead of the game. And somehow the ball stays in on the end line. On the far end line, and it goes off of Mahopac, and it'll be Mamaroneck ball. So they had about 10 chances to take the lead, and Stafford made her third save, and the Tigers will finally get the ball back, and they'll bring it forward with 12:45 left in regulation. And 6-6 game.
Let's go, Pat!
Reardon passes it, and the shot is scored! Reardon assisting the Georgia Mackey, and the sophomore gets her first goal of the game. Reardon gets her second assist, and the Tigers go ahead 7-6 with 12:22 left in this semifinal. So Georgia Mackey, the sophomore, with her first goal of the game. And the draw with 12:22 left is won by the Pack. We have a call though. Foul on Mamaroneck, and it'll stay with Mahopac. On foul on Mackey, who just scored. As the players are pushed back by the official. Brought forward here by McInerney, Zena McInerney, carrying it for about 40 yards towards the Tiger goal, and she pauses, passes to Genevieve. I haven't heard Coach Savage yell like this since the field hockey season. He's really been into this one on the sidelines, assistant coach John Savage. During the lacrosse games, he's more toned down than he is during the field hockey games. As this one is stolen away by the defender, Abby Troy. And a foul. As we have a hurt player. Badly hurt her leg, Erin Cotter. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Good thing the trainers are here. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports. At first it looked like it could have been a bad injury to Erin Cotter, but she was able to limp off and is getting stretched over on the sidelines by the two trainers who made their way to the baseball field after to the lacrosse field here after they were at the baseball field. They have been here about 10-15 minutes just after the other Tiger player. Was it Mullen? When Mullen got hurt, they weren't here, but then they came over about 5-10 minutes later. And luckily they're here, and scoring is the Tigers. Tyler Zedlicki, her second goal, assisted by Sarah Bennett. So Bennett's got 2 assists and a goal, and Zedlicki's got 2 goals, and it's 8-6, 2 in a row for the Tigers, after the Indians scored 3 in a row. So a couple runs here. The Tigers started the game scoring 3 in a row. So 10:32 left in regulation. 8-6 now Tigers after scoring 2 in a row after the Pack scored 3 in a row to tie it at 6. Also the first 2 goals of the half the Tigers scored. Winning it was Mullen. and Knowles caught it, who has 2 goals, assists, and 2 goals and a yellow card. Play to Reardon. Passes to Knowles, looking for a hat trick. She passes, though, to Mackey, who scored the tiebreaker. Nearly stolen by the Indians. Foul on Mahopac, and it'll stay with the Tigers. They continue to work on Aaron Cotter's leg on the sidelines. Played in by the Tigers. Reardon can't handle the pass, but she picks it right up. And a foul on the Indians. Reardon will have free possession. She fakes it. Plays it to Knowles. Back to Reardon. Back on the sideline here is Nora Reardon. Shot scored by Mullen. Emily Mullen. Her first goal to go along with an assist, and the Tigers lead 9-6 with 8:42 to go. I think it might have been Nora Reardon who assisted up. It was tough to tell though. Might not have been. Might have been Bennett again or Mackey. Either way, it's a goal for Mullen. When I said that, Rob looked at me like he didn't know either. Whoever got it, they know who they are. That assist. And it'll be 9-6 Tigers with 8:42 left in regulation. Here on LMC Varsity Sports, on LMC TV. Your community connection. Get your hats. Or you can win one. Is that contest over? It's over. Picked up by Mahopac, so they win it. Caroline Raymond, who took the draw, wins it about 15 seconds later. And good to see Erin Cotter up on the sidelines. Don't think she'll return in this one, though, as she's trying to stretch her leg out, but she's got a bad limp. She's one of their top defenders in field hockey and lacrosse.
Shooting space, come on.
Shot is stopped by the goalie Chloe Stafford on the shot by Caroline Raymond, who has 1 goal.
Come on, Pat, here we go, Pat, let's go, Pat.
Towards the goal was Gigi Genovese, who has an assist. Towards the goal. Shot saved by Stafford. Picked up and getting. And it'll be a illegal play by Mahopac. And it'll go to Mamaroneck. Pushed by Caitlin Riley.
Falling down the foul. Come on, Blue.
It'll be Winder.
Let's go, Ryan!
Plays it.
That's good D, that's good D!
And we'll stay with the Tigers foul. Play by the Tigers, they swing it. Elizabeth Brissett, who came in the game for Cotter, plays it. She's known for her big goals on the field hockey team, one of the best players on the team. She's a defender here in lacrosse. as Nora Reardon towards the goal, triple teamed. Mahopac needs a turnover and they foul.
Two reps right there. You call some good yards away, man.
Good eyes, man. Good eyes.
Nora Reardon will have the free possession. She shoots and hits it wide, and it'll be backed up by the Tigers' Sarah Bennett, as the Tigers will get the ball back and just want to keep the clock rolling as they lead by 3, as they scored 3 goals in a row to make it 9-6 after Mahopac tied it at 6. Tigers have led wire to wire except when they were tied at 6 and 0-0, and it's a goal by Mullen, unassisted. 2 goals in a row, Emily Mullen, and she's got 2 goals and an assist, and the Tigers lead 10-6 with 5:29 left, and a timeout taken by Coach Jim Lieto. Might be too little too late as this team trails by 4 goals here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports following the first time out of the second half by the Indians, and Jim Lieto, his team wins a much needed draw, and it'll be taken in by Raymond. Stafford's had 5 saves since she came in, gave up 1 goal. She didn't see it. It was like kind of a soft shot to her left. She gave that up, but she came in in relief, and then hasn't given one since. Caught by the Indians towards the goal, and getting stopped was McNeil. And that's a foul. Illegal shot. Caroline Quate. 4:30 to go. Knocked Colleen McNeil's goggles off. She'll readjust them. McNeil gets fouled. It'll be brought in here by the Indians, and they score. As that was DeFrancesco. A game-high 3 goals assisted by McNeil, her first assist, and the Indians with 4 minutes to go make it 10-7. Exactly 4 minutes to go. DeFrancesco assisted by Colleen McNeil. Madeline Reardon wins the draw. She picks it up and goes forward with it. Nearly intercepted by the Indians, but kept by the Tigers. 3:40 and a foul against Mahopac. Brought in by Boudil. Pass to Nora Reardon. She has it, brings it forward. Played forward by the Tigers towards they're playing keep away now with 2:35 to go. Brought in by Cassie Badill. Indians looking for something. They trail by 3 with 2:20 to go. Tigers continue to stall. Zedlicki has it taken away, picked up by Siobhan. Stolen by Siobhan Hines, and Siobhan Hines got it forward, and then the Indians lose it as a couple players trip on each other, and another player down for the Tigers, Tyler Zedlicki. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports following the turnover. Tyler Zedlicki got hurt as Mahopac turned it over. Mamaroneck got it. Then Mamaroneck turned it over. Then Mahopac turned it over, and Mamaroneck got it back. And Zedlicki then got tripped. As inside 2 minutes, the clock will stop with each stoppage here, and Nora Reardon will have it. Reardon has free possession here with 1:42 remaining, and she just passes to Malin as they're playing keep away. Leading 10-7 are the Tigers. Towards the goal though, score, Sydney Wender, assisted by Emily Malin. So Sydney Wender gets it, and Emily Malin has 2 assists and 2 goals. And Sydney Wender gets her first goal of the game, and there's 1:30 left.
Let's go, Pack. Here we go, girls. Come on, Pack. Here we go, Blue.
Back here as we have another draw and another win by the Tigers as it bounces. Emily Malin wins it, and it's picked up by Reardon. And Reardon will run behind the goal, lose it for a second, and then just scoop it right back up with 1:10 remaining. Malin towards the goal, pass from Reardon, and a foul. As it's 11-7 with 1:07 left. North Rockland won that game against White Plains, number 1 North Rockland. At North Rockland against White Plains, 16-8. So they'll await the Tigers. As that was Emily Malin scoring again. So she's got 3 goals and 2 assists, and she might have just scored herself into an interview with me in the post-game show. She's 3 goals, 2 assists statistically, and exclamation point in a couple key plays, and she got a little hurt there. So with 1:03 to go, she got the 3 goals, 2 assists. Was that 5 points? Factoring in on 5 of the goals, 5 of the 12 goals. Only player with a hat trick on Mamaroneck. And this draw, Malin also takes the draw, so we could talk about that. But it'll be won by Mahopac. So Mamaroneck will have a rematch against North Rockland, who beat them 12-9 on this field, our first game that we covered of theirs on LMC TV. Foul, even though scoring it was Mahopac. The foul came before as the whistle was blown, and McNeil's goal doesn't count. And the shot will be wide, but a foul. Push, and it'll be another free possession for Mahopac with 45 seconds to go. And save made by Stafford, deflects out, picked up by Lopriato, so she saved Colleen McNeil's shot. Stafford off the bench in relief has 6 saves. I guess when she entered, they were down. They were up 6-5 as they never trailed in this game, and then gave up a goal. She gave up 2 goals, but one of the only goals she gave up was a weak little short, and it's won by Cassie Boudreau, and that'll put the exclamation point. 12 seconds to go. The Tigers will take this one as they'll just run it out here. 12-7, double teams, an aggressive play by Mahopac there, and so she'll get credit with the win and goal. She came in, they were down by a goal, and then it was tied. So she finished the game in goal, but because they was tied right after she came in, and Boudreau will run it out as she gets triple teamed here. And Boudreau will just keep it on her stick, and the Tigers will win 12-7 over Mahopac with 6 goals in each half. And they win 12-7 over the Indians. It was tied 6-6 after the Indians scored 3 goals to start the second half in the first 6 minutes, but then the Tigers scored 3 in a row and they pulled away and won 12-7. So we'll be right back with post-game analysis and interviews as the Tigers advance to the sectional finals, where they'll play number 1 seed North Rockland on Wednesday, or in 2 days, excuse me. Back here in the post-game show with Emily Mullen, and Emily, you had 3 goals and 2 assists, and you guys were able to win by 5 goals. What was the key to the win today?
I think we kind of let down in the beginning and let ourselves get to 6-6, but we really were really positive with each other and picked it up. And our team works with momentum, so I think the seniors brought that momentum and we stepped it up on the draw. And then once one teammate got a first goal, it kind of picked us all up, and then we were able to gain momentum from that and score a bunch of goals in a row. But it was mostly our defense. We had 5 stops in a row when it was at that 6-6 tie. So the whole point is the defense get the ball and then attack plays to capitalize on defense's move.
And also the game of streaks, as it was 6-3 at the half. They scored 3 in a row to make it 6-6, and then you guys took a timeout there, and then you scored 3 in a row to make it 9-6. What was the difference in that timeout?
The difference in that timeout was realizing that, okay, we had a lead, we can win this game. We let them catch up a little, but we knew in our hearts that we were not going home after this game. And that timeout, just emotionally, made us realize that. And everyone, we got a little nervous, definitely, but with the nerves comes confidence that we were going to win this game. And I think the timeout was okay, it's 0-0, and we are starting fresh. And we had a lot of confidence that we were going to win this game, despite the fact we knew Mahopac was going to come out hard, and they were a very good team.
And Coach Savage just told me you had your 100th goal in the game for your career.
Yeah.
What is it in a game like this to advance to the playoffs, where you had 3 goals, to advance to the finals in the playoffs? What does it mean to you to score your 100th goal today?
Honestly, I'm so happy about the win. It's very nice. It was a nice celebration for me, but that was a team win, and it's not really about how many stats or whatever. I'm really happy for my team, and we're going to the finals, and it's going to be a really good game. And just pointing another thing out, 8 different people scored. That's the kind of depth of our team. There was 12 goals, 8 different people scored. There's not one star of this team. That's what makes us going to the finals, because we have so many different aspects of our team.
And lastly, you were playing North Rockland again. You lost by 3 goals in a really good game that we had on TV earlier this year. What do you think the key will be? What do you guys have to do in order to revenge that and win that game in the finals?
Definitely win all the draws. We need to come up with every draw from the beginning, and we need to just stay consistent the whole time. We can't let, because North Rockland's obviously a very good team and they'll capitalize on our lulls, so we need to stay completely consistent the whole time. And I think just what we lacked in North Rockland was our confidence on attack, and I think coming out of this game we'll come in more confident with our attack, because our attack is very strong and sometimes we get a little discombobulated with the name of North Rockland. But I think if we stay composed, it'll be a very good game, and obviously it's the section final. So
back here on the post-game show with Coach Rocky Lividini, and Coach, that was a great win for your team. You were up 6-3, they tied it at 6, and that was a good timeout you took, and then you went up 9-6. What was the key with that timeout there?
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I screamed at him and I just said, "You're not gonna let this. You're not gonna let this happen. We've worked too hard. You're way too much talent on this team and too much heart for this to be our last game. And you guys have to get out there and play our game." And I knew that they had it in them. you know, obviously there were nerves the whole game, but I knew that they had it in them and I knew they could pull through.
And we saw that as they were able to do that, and they played up to their game. What do you think? The first half, they came out and played really well. They look good.
Yeah, I mean, it's the MO of our team. We like to have ups and downs. And you know what happens? It was a hot day. There was a lot of whistles. There were a lot of cards. But, you know, I knew they came out there with the right attitude, and I knew that we had the ability to get over any kind of humps we had in the game, and they did that.
And what do you think? It'll be a tough game against North Rockland. You guys lost to them in a really good game a couple weeks ago. What do you think the key will be in the sectional final?
I think just having poise. That was our main focus today, was having poise, being patient. This was a huge win for us, for our school. This is the first time we've ever made it to a section final game in girls lacrosse. So this team really has the ability to get to that final level, and I think we'll give them a good game and hopefully come home with a section final win.
Back here on the post-game show, a great game as Mamaroneck is able to advance as they win 12-7. And it was a great game as the Tigers advance with the win. And Emily Mullen had 3 goals and 2 assists, and the Tigers had 3 goals in a row to make it 9-6, and that put them away after they tied it, did Mahopac at 6-6 with 3 straight goals to start the second half. And so the Tigers will advance to the sectional final where they'll play number 1 North Rockland in a game that is a revenge game, as the Tigers lost in the regular season game against them by 3 goals here on LMC TV earlier in the year. So a lot of people to thank for today's telecast, including the CEO, Eric Lewis, COO, Matt Sullivan, community sports producer is Mr. Rob Moretti, for our camera crew, Gary Francois, Jeff Rado, and Rob Moretti. Once again, I'm Sean McGraw saying thanks so much for watching and have a great evening.